Of course you look good. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center channel. Chris here with Daniel. Merry Christmas, by the way. It's Christmas Eve today. And we got a Christmas present in Blue Jays Landia. We got Dalton Varsho was traded to the Jays for Gabriel Moreno and Gurriel.
I mean, I'm very interested to see what the comments are going to say about this because from everyone I've talked to, it's very split on the trade.
No,
I like
seriously.
it. Chris likes it.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't. And
Our
we're
buddy
gonna break it
Logan
down.
likes to trade. Shout out Logan.
I know our buddy Logan. Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna break it down. I mean, first of all, I was not expecting this. I was watching Netflix with my family, and then I got the trade notification. So I don't know.
Yeah,
what
you were.
doing.
I was editing a F1 video actually. I was like, oh, look at this.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
Nice, but let's go straight into it. I mean, trade is Dalton Varsho, who what is he? How old is he?
he's like 25, maybe gonna be 26 next year.
He's 26.
Beautiful. That's like what, 2 years
26.
older than Vlad?
Who's a catcher and an outfielder, left-handed bat from Arizona,
He's so
and
good.
he's coming to the Jays, and we're giving up Gabriel Moreno, who's the number 4 prospect in baseball, I think, as of right now,
Something like that. Yeah.
and
around there.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who is set to be a free agent in what, 2 years?
I think so. And then Dalton Varsho was set to be a free agent in 2027. So we got a couple years of team control with this guy, and it seems like a lot of players on this Jays team now are players that have control for many years and are going to be cheap, and that's exactly what Varsho's going to be.
I think part of it too is that now that, well, I mean, I'll save that thought for later. But first, Varsho. Actually, let's give up what we gave up first. I think.
Yeah, let's talk about those two guys because we actually know about them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Gabriel Moreno, he's number 4 prospect in baseball, what I said. Obviously, he's got super potential, but I mean, let's be realistic. He wasn't going to play in Toronto.
He wasn't going to get, any other team in the league, maybe like besides the Dodgers or something, he'd be like at least a backup catcher for the team, right? But for the Jays, we have Jansen, we have Kirk. I mean, I love Moreno, but where would he play?
It's a good move for Moreno's career because he's going to go to Arizona and be the everyday catcher in Arizona now.
Good for him. I'm so happy. I want to see how he does.
It's good for him. Great for him. I hope he succeeds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just wasn't much room, and we've talked all offseason about how the Jays have a surplus of catching talent. Jansen, Kirk, Moreno, and all three of them were very, very debated on who's going to be the guy getting traded. And I mean, I always thought it was going to be Moreno. I think, Chris, you thought it was going to be Moreno too, right?
I was thinking Jansen as well. But,
you thought Jansen,
but
too.
like
Okay.
Moreno was number 1 because he's the guy with the most, I think, hype out of everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people were saying trade Kirk because his ceiling's never going to be higher. But I mean, we got rid of the bat in Teoscar, so we need a bat to replace him. Kirk's going to be that bat.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Kirk would slide in nicely in the 4 spot of the batting lineup, but we have other guys who can do that.
He's Big
anyway.
Daddy Kirk. He can do whatever.
Exactly. You know what? Let's lead him off. Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw it. But yeah, like there wasn't enough. Just wasn't, unfortunately, any room for Moreno.
No.
So he was gonna get traded, and then I mean, adding Gurriel in the trade, it does suck.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, I think it was kind of necessary because you're gonna have Varsho now as a left fielder for what the reports are saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a left fielder and he's a catcher, so he really does Gurriel and Moreno's job. And on top of that, he's a left-handed bat. He perfectly fits this team, and that's why I just want him so badly. And I didn't know he was on the table, so it's a pretty.
I'm not gonna lie, I
I
always thought Brian Reynolds was the guy they're going after.
100%.
I really did.
Yep.
But I mean, once I heard that Brian Reynolds, they want a Juan Soto type package deal, which I mean, that's not happening. Let's be real. You're not getting a
Juan Soto
deal
package
for Brian Reynolds.
No, you're not.
But yeah, Varsho, and I mean that Gurriel obviously is going to be a free agent in like 2 years roughly.
Mm-hmm.
We traded Teoscar Hernandez earlier this offseason. Moreno was going to get traded out of the 3 catchers respectively. Yeah, this outfield's been completely reshaped almost.
It has been, and I mean by completely, you mean completely. Like the only guy who's still in the outfield is George Springer, but he's not even playing the same position that he played last year anymore. So like, one, I have to say, Dalton Varsho, great defensive outfielder, by the way. You have Kevin.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, I was reading some stats on him. Great defensive outfielder. Kevin Kiermaier, one of, if not the best defensive outfielder. George Springer, who is going to be even better once he goes to right field. So this outfield for the Blue Jays is honestly looking pretty scary defensively, and with the upside of Varsho and Springer, like offensively, it's pretty solid as well.
I was about to say the one thing the trade I'm not completely thrilled about was Lourdes' Gold Glove ability because obviously he's won a couple Gold Gloves, and
Lourdes.
trading that obviously
He
sucks.
Lourdes
But I
has
mean, if
not
you're
won
saying
any gold
Varshow's a
gloves.
good outfielder defensively,
Yeah.
like I am gonna miss the whole hose Lourdes has from left
Yeah.
and hosing people out of the plate.
He's been a gold glove finalist a couple times. He definitely hasn't won any gold gloves, Daniel.
Oh, my bad.
I was like, he
I
has
thought
not
he
won,
did. My
trust
bad,
me.
my bad.
No, no.
But yeah, like if Varshow's a good defender, this move it's even better, I think. I mean, like we talked about the years of control now, we have him from 2022, 2023 basically because that's soon. 2023 to 2027.
That's
And
pretty
then
solid.
we
Not
got
bad. At least.
yeah,
That's at
I was
least.
about to say not bad.
Yeah.
And then we got if you're saying he lefty bat, which is what we need, and he's not no scrub at the plate. I mean, I'm pulling up his stats from last year. The 250 average is whatever, but the 302 on base and the 450 slugging, 109 OPS plus, that's nice. And as Chris actually showed earlier to me, if he was on the Jays last year, he would have been the highest. Or he
F4
would have led
player.
the team in WAR. I guess is the best way to
Yeah,
say it.
using in Fangraphs WAR. I don't know about Baseball Reference WAR. They do their wars a little bit differently. It's kind of weird how that happens. But he also does play multiple positions, so that also plays effect into it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just stealing my other point. The other point was, I mean, he plays multiple positions. I mean, that's a nice add. You don't really need the carry now, a third catcher. You have Varsho.
Exactly. And I completely forget what this stat is, but it's called RDRS. I think it's defensive runs saved. I think that is
So yeah,
RDRS.
defensive runs.
I don't know
Yeah.
if the R is in front
R,
of
I
there.
think, just means baseball reference.
Okay, that makes sense. So Baseball Reference in 2022, and how many games in right field? 71 games in right field, so about half a season. He had 14 defensive runs saved, which is pretty solid. That's in right field, so I can imagine only what he's going to do in left field. And then just say you double that, so about like, what's that, like 28 or something? Like, I don't know,
It's
math.
probably like 20 runs saved.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid. Like, I'll take that
Because
over
obviously
what Gurriel did.
you can throw guys out at third base from left field, so that will add to it. But yeah, like you said, Varsho, good move. I'm excited to see what he does because I'm not gonna lie, obviously he's been playing in Arizona. We don't get a lot of games here in Canada.
Have we
of
ever
Arizona.
got an Arizona game?
I
I don't
actually
think
don't.
so.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever actually watched an Arizona game on TV?
Yeah, because they don't do Sunday Night Baseball either, because we get
Oh.
that, but it's usually like the Dodgers or Yankees playing, so I don't think we ever
I
got
actually
a
don't know if
Diamondbacks
I've
game.
ever seen an Arizona game on TV.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have either.
That's actually so sad. Damn. Okay, but like I said, never seen him. Obviously, just know the stats about him. I'm excited to see him play.
Yeah, and then let's just compare those 14 defensive runs saved. So Gurriel, he had 105 games in left field this year, which is a little bit more than what the other guy had, but he had 3 defensive runs saved, or according to Baseball Reference WAR. So less games, more defensive runs saved for Varsho, and then Gurriel. But Gurriel does have a hose.
Varsho had is it Varsho or Varshel?
I think it's Varsho, Dalton Varsho.
I mean, Chris, 16 stolen bags last year.
Ooh, I like that.
That's not bad. He was 16 stolen bases, caught stealing 6 times. I mean, like
That's fine, whatever.
whatever, but like still 16 stolen bags. That's a nice little speed. I will almost guarantee you Lourdes did not have 16 stolen bases.
Did he have a stolen base?
I actually don't know.
Maybe like 1 or 2, but then yeah, I mean, I like the upside just of Varsho over Gurriel. Even though Gurriel, once he gets hot, he's like one of the hottest hitters in the league.
Yeah.
But who says Varsho can't be that?
Gurriel, as we know, he's streaky.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like last year, yeah, sure he had the 291 average or whatever, but
He was
I mean,
hurt
there
for a
was
bit,
periods of the time where he was hitting like 500 and then he'd hit like
too.
0.9.
Yeah. Well, he started off the year slow, I believe. Then he really bounced back.
Oh yeah,
Like, oh, here he
Gurriel
is.
had 3 stolen bases last year.
Okay, so pretty much overall, like, I like this trade. We're gonna have Varsho for a long period of time, though we would have had Moreno for a long period of time as well. But it's just I mean, plus Varsho doesn't even have to catch. That's the thing as well. He doesn't have to. We have Moreno. I mean, no, we don't have Moreno. We have Kirk and Jansen. Like, they can catch all the time.
I honestly don't think he'll catch. I really don't. I think
Yeah.
the only time he's going to catch is either A, an injury, which
Doubleheader,
God forbid,
maybe?
knock on wood, that doesn't happen, or B, like they just both, like it's a doubleheader or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what I'm thinking. And then they could just throw like, I don't know, we sign a Tapia, throw him in the outfield or something,
Yeah.
or put Biggio out
Like,
there.
and
I
that's
don't
the
know.
other thing I was about to say. This also gives the Jays now, I believe we're saving cap in the long run. We're going to save money.
With Gurriel, yes, because he's on a team-friendly contract, but I think Varsho's still cheaper than him anyway.
I think still with, and also, Uriel, although he's on a team-friendly contract, it's coming up soon in a couple years, right? So in
Yeah.
the long run, you're going to save money,
Hmm.
unless Varsho becomes the next Mike Trout. But
I'll take that.
but yeah, like you're going to save money, and also it gives us nice flexibility for future off seasons, and even over the summer, or no, yeah, over the summer, with trades opportunities for the outfield.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we don't
Because
have the
now
prospect
it
capital
doesn't.
anymore, but
Yeah, I was also gonna say also like before when the Jays were gonna make a major trade for the outfield, it had to be a left-handed bat, right? All the
yep,
guys they targeted this year were left-handed outfielding,
we got one.
hitting outfielders,
Varsho's a left-handed
right?
bat.
Marshall's a left-handed bat. Now you can target the right-handed bats. So say, I don't know, I doubt he'll come available, but I'm just gonna say it just because the Braves are really throwing everything to the wind right
Talk
now.
about Acuna.
Ronald Acuna is a right-handed bat. Like
Yeah, I
someone
mean,
of that caliber, if
you
he comes
could.
available, we can get.
You could, but I don't think the Jays have the prospect capital now to trade for an
Yeah.
Acuna type player.
The other thing is maybe there's a I haven't looked at the Jays prospects yet. We definitely need to do a video on that upcoming soon. But who knows? Maybe there's a prospect outfielder that gets a shot now.
Yeah, you never know. Like I think we had a few. I don't really know the prospect outfielders that much, or else I'm sure we would have promoted one by now. But
Yeah, I have to do research on it, but I haven't been able to yet. But
yeah. But anywho,
I mean, overall,
good trade. I
I think it's a
it.
good trade.
Out of 1 to 10.
Let us know what you guys
thinking?
think down below. Happy holidays, and we'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.